Did you know Pastor Russell was accused by a young girl's parents of kidnapping? The article in the Chicago Tribune was dated February 23, 1915, and the title reads, Pastor Russell is accused by girl's parents. Writ of habeas corpus sought to force return of young woman who joined cult. Russell was summoned to appear in court the next week and produce the girl in question. Apparently, the girl's parents were not in favor of the spiritual food her daughter had been receiving in Brooklyn. They claimed that their daughter was taken to Brooklyn by followers of Russell and placed in a religious institution which, it is alleged, Russell controls. The parents also alleged that their attempts to see their daughter had been thwarted. The girl in question had some monthly income, too, from property, and a banker was scheduled to testify that his bank was asked to turn Miss Galbraith's income over to the Brooklyn Religious Institution. I had never heard of this before, and found it quite interesting that this newspaper, even way back then, described Russell's group as a cult. I have no idea what became of this case, but one can surely sympathize with the perspective of the parents. Whether or not it would fit all the criteria to be termed a kidnapping, it certainly felt that way to those parents. Strangely enough, I saw a scenario unfold in real life that reminded me of this. It involved a young girl getting involved with the Jehovah's Witnesses during high school. I know personally most of the parties that were involved, and at one point the witnesses actually made arrangements for her to leave her home and move in with a witness family, which she did for a period of some months. This was just during high school. Ostensibly so she could make it to all the necessary theocratic responsibilities. This caused no end of trauma to the parents, nice people who had indeed felt their daughter had been brainwashed and kidnapped. As to Russell, a pioneer admitted to me last week that the society is trying to get away from Russell, kind of trying to forget about him. This reminds me of the following paragraph from the Bible Teach book in the chapter, Take Your Stand for True Worship. Maybe you feel that the origins of holidays have little to do with how they are celebrated today. Do origins really matter? Yes. To illustrate, suppose you saw a piece of candy lying in the gutter. Would you pick up that candy and eat it? Of course not. That candy is unclean. Like that candy, holidays may seem sweet, but they have been picked up from unclean places. To take a stand for true worship, we need to have a viewpoint like that of the prophet Isaiah, who told true worshippers, touch nothing unclean. So, if the 2,000-year-old origins of a once-a-year holiday are so crucial, how about the relatively recent origins of a whole religion? I don't think they can get away from Russell that easily, all the subsequent new light notwithstanding.